right. Happy Tuesday, everybody. All right. Great evening, everybody. We're going to get this started in just a few moments. I want to say happy Tuesday to everybody out there checking in all the way from the West Coast. All right. Where it is just right a little after 6 o'clock. All right, 9 o'clock on the East Coast, everything in between, all the way around the world. All right, I'm going to have a conversation. It is Slim Healthy season, and I can tell you that it's getting warm outside. And all you got to do is say yes to you and get this party started. All right, y'all. So give me a few moments. I'm going to get this started. Happy transition to all of you. Hope that you're out to transform your life physically, mentally, and financially. All right, y'all. Great evening, everybody. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to get this party started on this evening. Happy Tuesday, everybody. All right. Let's get this turned down. All right. So happy Tuesday to everybody out there that's jumping on, whether you are tuning in at healthydrivenlife.com, watching us live there. You may be on Facebook, you may be on Instagram, you may be on YouTube, wherever you are watching us. I just want to say hello. Congratulations. It is Transformation Tuesday, and I am super excited to bring to you something absolutely amazing that is really changing lives all over the entire world. It is the season in which you definitely want to make sure that you're paying attention to yourself. And so you out there struggling, right? You may be watching this and perhaps realizing, you know what, it is spring. And I still need to do something in order to get this body right. Or perhaps you're out there and you're realizing that, you know what, not only do you need to get the body right, maybe you need to lose some pounds, maybe you are dealing with some things happening inside your body, whatever it is, in order to get your health on point. Perhaps this is the season in which you are realizing that you need to do something different in order to change your financial your financial situation, in order to really turn things around in your life, right? Because we're living in times in which the world is unhealthy. We're living in times in which there's a struggle when it comes time to financial, being able to financially take care of our households and things of that nature. And so our people are realizing that, you know what, I need something different, and I have something different because the cost of living is through the roof, right? Whatever your reason is, I want to say congratulations. And I'm going to share with you something that I truly believe is a game changer, something nothing short of phenomenal. And just a little bit about myself, Project 2.5. My name is Pam McCray, and I could tell you that it wasn't that long ago when we really, for real, understood the struggle, right? The struggle, living paycheck to paycheck, below the paycheck, bankruptcies, you name it, we've been through it all financially. And so I'm thankful for this industry of direct sales and network marketing, because this is something that we always believed in. We knew that one day we would find the perfect opportunity that would allow us to have success, but we kind of fell forward for over 20 years, right? I don't know if anybody has ever tried anything where you failed at it. Well, that was our story. But we always believed in having multiple streams of income and really having something in which we could become the entrepreneurs that we knew that we deserved to be, right? We didn't want to be those individuals who just got up, worked, and built somebody else's dream for 40 hours for 40 years to retire on 40% of our income. So we knew that the only way to bridge the gap, the only way to get above average was to truly find some other things, some other avenues in order to change our financial situation, right? So we've been through it all, but I can tell you, I truly believe the greater the challenge, the greater the victory, right? And so lo and behold, after opportunity, you may be watching, and you've tried maybe different businesses and they didn't quite go the way that you wanted to go. Well, that was our story. But I can tell you, one day, finally, maybe about 10 years ago, we said yes to an opportunity that allowed us to create change, allowed us to be inducted into the $1 Million Hall of Fame. And I can tell you, as a result of it, in our story, we've been able to help a lot of people, right? So, what I love the most about this is not about us, it's not about our story, but it is truly about the lives that we're able to help, the lives that we are able to, impact along the way. And so, this is an industry that allows you to do that. It's something that you can get in for low cost, but now you have the opportunity to not just change your life, but to help the change the lives of others. So what's more exciting is knowing that there's been so many people who have said yes to their health, who have been able to pay their bills, who have been able to pay their rent, who have been able to pay their car notes, who have been able to create 5 and 6 figure incomes and coming into their household just simply because they said yes and they began to focus on themselves. And as a result of it, they began to become a product of the product pop. And other people either joined them or decided that they wanted to get healthy, right? So here we are. We are here in this very moment. And I can tell you that it's slim waistline season. And so I'm going to talk to you about a phenomenal product that recently launched, that hit the scene, that is going to help you to not only lose the inches off of your waistline, but imagine waking up every single day and feeling good about your health, right? And so, with that being said, Project 2.5 came as a result of us really committing to helping 2,500 people personally as we buy into a bigger mission in 2025 and really to impact lives all over the entire world: mind, body, and money, right? That is our motto. That is what we stand for, the totality of success, to really understand that, when you work on your mind, then that is the first step. You got to shift your mindset in order to bring about the change, right? The spiritual aspect, that's just a given. Then you are able to then focus on your physical aspect, the body, right? Because at the end of the day, if we don't have health, we don't have anything, because our health is our greatest wealth. And then we weren't created to struggle, right? We were not created to struggle here on this earth. So in order to do that, you got to create those additional streams of income. So I'm going to talk to you about that on tonight too. So what I want to do first is I want to introduce you to this phenomenal company real quick, and why I truly believe that we are the game changer when it comes time to this industry, because we have truly introduced something known as partnership marketing, which is different. And it is a powerful company, really new, about 2 years old. And guess what? We are just getting started. So let's see which one I want to share on tonight.
Meet a community of partners. People like you who want to live happier, healthier, and wealthier, and help others do the same. Build a business and find success. Work for yourself, not by yourself. With friends to cheer for you along the way. Because life is better together.
All right, welcome to Partner Co., a phenomenal company just getting started. We are global in about 50 countries plus. And so this is a place where you can not only plant your feet, right, but really spread your wings all across the world, right? So let's get into some of these phenomenal products and why it's so important, why we really make a decision to pay attention to our health. You see, we're living in a season in which, obesity is on the rise. And we have to take the time to really look at the facts and understand what is happening. You see, the food that we eat is toxic. The air that we breathe is toxic. And so there's a reason why, back in the day, our country didn't battle with these issues. It's because the food has changed, right? And so when you realize that over 75% of Americans are obese, then we really are overweight and obese. We really have to pay attention to the things that we're putting into our body. And we really will understand why it's so important that we bring about change, right? You see, here's some stats that I want to pull up on tonight. You see about diabetes, right? 74% of all adults in the US and Canada are now either overweight or obese. I mentioned that. 50% of our children are now either overweight or obese. This is a problem. We need to understand that the reason why this is happening is, as parents, we have to do better to make sure that we are instilling healthy eating habits into our children so that they don't end up overweight and obese. 50% of our adults have pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes, right? They're type 2 diabetics. 30% of our children have pre-diabetes. 18% of our teens have fatty liver disease. But guess what? Back in 1950, only 1% of Americans had type 2 diabetes, right? And so these are facts that we have to pay attention to. And again, what is different? It is in the food. And I can tell you, we're going to end up talking about this a little bit more. And I'll share that information with you at the end of this. But we're going to be diving into this whole food epidemic and what's going on with that later on in this week. But this is what we're dealing with. And so when we realize what we're dealing with, what are we going to do? We got to get ahead of this. We have to begin to make sure that we're doing things differently for our bodies, right? So the first product that I want to share with you on tonight is something that really came into my life. And I'm thankful, right? Because we are truly the team that's bringing this product back. It goes back to ancient medicinal history. It's over 30 years old. And I can tell you, it is truly God's gift because we're seeing story after story of people who are beginning to sip on this superfood. Their life is completely being changed and turned around, all right? So enough of me talking about it. Let's share it.
Do you worry about getting sick? Have joint or mobility issues? Feel tired frequently? Have stress or moodiness? What if there were a product that strengthened your immune system, boosted your energy, uplifted your mood, supported your overall health? Discover the power of paradise, featuring Tahitian noni, a remarkable superfruit grown in lush French Polynesia, making it more potent than any noni in the world. Hand-picked in family-owned farms with tree-to-package traceability. A vegan formula that's packed with powerful antioxidants, adaptogens, phytonutrients, and nutrients, and free from soy, gluten, and artificial colors and flavors to naturally boost your energy, support healthy immune and cardiovascular systems, fight free radicals, promote mobility, help balance your mood, and maintain your overall wellness. Backed by clinical studies, third-party testing, decades of research, and with 170 million packages sold, people around the world have powered their health, their wellness, their lives with a sip of paradise. Will you? Tahitian Noni Original. Life powered by paradise.
All right, there you have it. That is the incredible Tahitian noni. And that is the first product that we really want you to pay attention to, just simply because it is going to really help with your overall health. I don't care what you are dealing with in your body. The noni is the answer. Never seen a product like this, never seen a superfood like this. And I can tell you, prior to sipping on it at 55 years old, of course, I was a little younger when I started to sip on it. But guess what? I couldn't bend down and get back up. How many of you wake up and you know what, your bones and your joints are, feeling a little bit funny, right? They're cracking and things of that nature. Well, I couldn't bend down and get back up. And I can tell you that I did not want to be another statistic in my family because I watched bad knees roll through my family. I'll never forget when my dad had bilateral knee replacement. And guess what? As a result of replacing those knees, he ended up wheelchair bound. But I can also tell you that my older brother, just 4 years older than me, he had to have bilateral knee replacement. I don't want knee replacement. So what can I do in order to, number one, get healthy, lose the weight, and not have to go through surgery. Well, I can tell you this, just a little tip, hint, hint, clue, clue. When you begin to lose the weight, your knees, if you're battling any type of knee pain, they're going to feel a lot better, because for every pound that you lose, you're going to lose 3 pounds of pressure off your knees. As a matter of fact, I saw 4 pounds. So anywhere between 3 and 4 pounds, you take a choice. But 3 and 4 pounds of pressure off your knees for every pound that you lose, right? So anyway, the Tahitian Noni was the game changer for me, because now, even though I don't like to squat, I can squat. So I have no more excuses, right? So that's the first product. Then recently, we just had this product come out. And I can tell you, this one is the game changer, because one of the things that we are battling with here on this earth is that people are gaining weight, all right, around their middle section. Do you know anybody by chance who might be battling this? Because if you do, guess what? Weight gain around our middles is associated with an increased risk for high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, heart disease, and diabetes. I'm going to read that again. Weight gain around our middles is associated with increased risk for high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, heart disease, and diabetes. The medical community is now beginning to refer to this visceral fat as killer fat. So I have the answer, right? And it's not a shot. It's not any of these gimmicks and these things that you start to see people beginning to grab a hold of, these diets and these plans, and they're putting shots into their body that can end up being, number one, harmful in the future, because these medications are not designed for a person to be losing weight on, right? And what ends up happening is, once they come off of them, they end up putting the weight back on and can have some long-term side effects, the food cravings and everything. So what do you got to do? You want to change your lifestyle, because at the end of the day, when it comes time to the waist, here's some numbers. You see, the average waist circumference for men is 40.5 inches. The average waist circumference for women is 38.7 inches. But here's where your waistline should be in order for you to be in that healthy zone. You see, a waist circumference greater than 40 inches for men and 35 inches for women is associated with health risks, the very same health risks that I just mentioned: heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. All right, so we got to pay attention to this waistline. So it's not just about the fact that I like to say, you know what, it's all about my waistline, but my waistline is directly connected to my health. And when you realize that your waistline is directly connected to your health, because not only is it connected to our health from a totality standpoint, in which when it begins to get over those circumferences that I just mentioned, can lead to potential illnesses, but 70% of our gut is 70% of our immune system is dependent upon our gut, right? So our health is in our gut. So we got to pay attention to what's happening. So this product came out a little over a month ago, and I can tell you, it hit the scene. It is flying off of the shelves. All right. 5,000 bottles sold in 38 minutes, over 30,000 bottles sold in less than a month. It is back, right? Because we sold it out twice. It is back. Our company has said, you know what, it is in stock, and it is working as these bodies are shrinking. All right. So this advantage will give you the advantage.
Losing inches isn't easy, especially around your belly. Visceral fat is the stubborn belly fat that hides your hard-earned abs. This killer fat surrounds our organs, increasing the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, and diabetes. Now you can give your hips, waist, and abs the advantage your body deserves. Introducing AbVantage, a stimulant-free hip and waist reducer from Colab. The active ingredients are clinically shown to help you burn calories 10 times faster. It works by activating fat-burning cells that target stubborn visceral fat to slim your hips and waist and help reveal your abs. It helps increase your metabolism so you can burn more calories and get leaner faster. Plus, it helps prevent rebound weight gain. Ditch yo-yo dieting. No more hiding in photos. Feel confident about your health. The advantage for slimmer hips and waist and helping reveal those abs is yours. So start taking Abvantage today.
And that's our advantage, right? That product, I tell you, absolutely changed your hands. I was able to drop actually 2 inches off of my waistline in like 2 weeks. And I can tell you, very excited about this product just simply because it is allowing me to finally achieve the very thing that I've struggled with, that belly fat, right? And so there's a lot of people grabbing a hold of this product. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about it. And so let's hear.
And today, I hope you guys don't mind me sharing, but
go back. Hold on. Maybe, possibly. Let's see. Maybe not. It's not a while. All right, let's try something else. I don't know what I did. All right, let's try this one.
Definitely, I have experience. Yeah, I had to go down recently, so tomorrow would be a week for me.
Okay.
So definitely, I have experience. Yeah, I had to go down about 2 notches on my belt thus far. And I think what really happened, and I said, oh my God, I didn't know I was this round all the way around because I wear clothes and you know, I like to hide my robes, hide a lot of things. So people like, I didn't know you really look like that. I said, me neither. So, you know, after I had lost that initial weight from using the drops and now using the advantage, I discovered my gut. So now I'm trying to get rid of this gut. And so the advantage is definitely helping me with that. So I do feel a little better about that. So I don't have to try to make sure my shirts go all the way over everything. So I know eventually after a while, I'll be able to look a little slimmer in this area. So I'll see where I am definitely on tomorrow. So I'm like, Sister Franchon, yeah, we got to do.
All right, so that was Pastor Takia. I love her story because she said, you know what? I didn't know I looked like that. How many can relate to that? Right? I know I've been there, done that, where I look in the mirror and like, wait a minute, what happened? Right? And got to take control. Let's try this one video again.
I've lost 2 inches on my waist, 4 inches on my abdomen. And today, I hope you guys don't mind me sharing, but today marks 4 months of my transformation on the body balancing drops, the sugar stop, and now the advantage. I've lost a total of 35 pounds and 34 inches and 5 sizes. And I've not felt better in entire life, mentally, physically, in every way. So I'm just so grateful with you guys.
Awesome. All right. I don't think I backed that video all the way up, but those first stats that she gave was stats that she had accomplished on adding the advantage product, right? So what's in this product, right? There's a lot of different ingredients in it. There's about, well, not a lot, but there's about 5 different ingredients in it. But I really just want to talk about this one because this one is the main ingredient. It is a powerful spice out of Africa, out of West Africa, known as grains of paradise. And here's what's happening here, because this is a non-stimulant product, no caffeine, and it's a thermogenic. So it's going to burn, literally burn that. You're going to increase your calories 10 times. It's going to burn the fat, and waistlines are melting, literally. It activates the brown fat, right? And boosts the fat burning in your body. The brown fat is that good fat. It's that white fat that we need to get rid of, right? It enhances your metabolism and energy expenditure. So it's going to increase the body's ability to burn calories even when you're at rest. So when you take just 2 capsules of these a day, guess what's going to happen? When you lay down, you're continuing to burn these calories. How exciting is that? How many want to lay down and lose weight, right? Regulates your blood sugar levels, right? People are battling with their sugar levels being up. So it supports insulin sensitivity, helping to regulate glucose metabolism. It also may prevent blood sugar spikes and crashes. Guess it's going to reduce those food cravings, which is important. Aids in digestion and gut health. has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects, supports hormonal balance and libido. This powerful spice is also known to boost testosterone levels in men, supporting muscle and growth. Traditionally, it's also used as an aphrodisiac. All right, so powerful spice, improves circulation and heart health. Very, very important, right? So it may help to regulate your blood pressure. All of this is coming from a little bottle, 2 capsules a day. And guess what? Waistlines are falling off. So we're slimming down, losing weight, and getting healthy at the same time. Where do we do that at? Right here at Partner Co, right? And also supports cognitive function and mood. Very important. A lot of times we don't really pay attention to our brain health, but it is so important. And there's so many foods out there that people aren't paying attention to that is causing a decline in health, right? And I can tell you that we really need to begin to pay attention to this. And that's just simply because I know what it feels like to watch a loved one go through complete mental decline. As I watched my mom literally disappear from this earth right before we lost her on Christmas morning, I'll never forget those moments in which I was by her side. I was truly blessed to be by her side throughout it all. But I remember those moments of her not recognizing me. I remember those moments in which I was doing all that I can, but because of the disease, you know, the anger that came from her and the different things that I had to go through and just trying to help her. And so at the end of the day, we have to realize that we need to be taking care of our brain health now, today. It starts at a young age, because the things that we do today, they will yield, they will come to light tomorrow. So we really got to pay attention to it. So that one, I definitely wanted to take time to point out. So incredible product that really is a game changer. And that one, I always like to point out that ingredient because it is truly really helping to change lives. And so the young lady that just shared on that last video, she mentioned how she lost like 35 pounds. So that is the advantage, right? Powerful product. Oh, you know what? Let me share a couple more stories with you so that you can see just some more testimonies on the advantage. I'm gonna pull up for you on tonight. Let me share with you slides on that. All right. This is Letitia. And in the beginning, she took all of her measurements, right? She said, I don't want to see all the weight, right? All the inches fall off. And she measured herself. And this was her 10-day story where, you know, she lost some inches. She lost like a half inch off her hips. Her waist went from a 36 to a 33 in like 10 days, right? Then it goes on to share. She started on, I'm sure, the drops back in December, right before or in January when we started the challenge. But she was on her journey. She added in the advantage, and look what happened. You can see the different results don't lie. This is Michael, right? You can see he's very excited because he lost 3 inches and 2 pounds in 7 days using the advantage. Right, Monique, right? For that person out there that in which people look at you and they're like, sit down somewhere. She almost has, look, she got some abs coming in right there, but it's that little pouch, right? And guess what? Pouch said goodbye from the advantage. So even no matter what size you are, you know, everybody out there has goals, and this advantage will help you. And then this incredible couple, I tell you, James and Natasha, they are just doing the doggone thing together, down 2 pant sizes in 7 days on the advantage. And this is his beautiful wife, Natasha, 7 inches released in 5 days, adding the advantage. And I'm going to tell you, this is like, this was just, oh my goodness. I don't know if this was a week. So I guess, like 5 days, maybe a week before, like she went to the event when this product first launched in Florida. Look at Then after 5 days, 7 inches, that is crazy. All right, y'all. So these are real people, real stories. And I can tell you, absolutely amazing. Another incredible story, Marquita. Look, her stomach is just disappearing. She's got some updated photos, and I can tell you, very committed to her exercise. She exercises, she eats better, and you can see her waistline is just going away. Another 5-day story, right? 5-day story where she was able to lose 5 pounds and 1.5 inches off of her waistline, the before and the afters from day 1 to day 6, right? Another story. So I can go on and on. She actually lost 3 inches in 7 days without regular exercise. We encourage you to exercise, but guess what? If you don't, you're still going to lose the weight, right? And of course, Cheryl, she did everything right. She eats right. She exercised 30 minutes, drank water, lost 5 inches under her breast, 4 inches in her mid stomach, 2.5 pounds overall, and another powerful story. So you can see the stories are just starting. But when will your story be next? Right? This is me, right? January 2024, stomach. I did the drops, the body balancing drops. And as a result of it, I lost some weight, but this is me after the advantage, right? So I can tell you, I can finally say that I should be able to achieve some goals over here, right? And the last story I'm gonna share is Bobby. Bobby, his story, he lost 4 inches off of his waist, right? In a matter of a month. He did some intermittent fasting, ate more protein, increased his exercise as much as he could. Being as though his back is still healing. But at the end of the day, he was able to say that this advantage actually works. All right. So, an incredible product. And I can tell you that if you want the advantage, all you got to do is get the advantage in your life, right? So, powerful product. And so, with that being said, that's two of the products. We got a lot of different products. But for that person that wants to also 10x some things, right? Because you're going to 10x with that. But now you want to add some more. Maybe you got some serious weight loss goals and you want to speed up the process. This is our body balancing drops. And I want to definitely introduce these to you because they have truly been able to really balance my hormones. A lot of times we don't realize that it's hormones that are out of whack that cause a lot of issues. And so I'm going to share with you this video on this and how so many people are grabbing a hold of this product and losing weight 2 times faster. But you got to commit to a meal plan, all right, and eat right on it. All right, so there you have it. So that is our body balancing drops. And I can tell you on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, that's just 3 of our products that I wanted to really share with you on this evening. I can go on and on because we have something for everybody out there, but I am not going to do that. So if you got on here tonight and you just wanted to hear about these products, you want to get back to the person who invited you on here and let them know that you are ready to be healthy. All right. But if you are on here tonight and you're saying, not only do I want to get healthy, but I also want to create some more income coming into my household, then I want you to stay tuned for just about another few more minutes as I quickly share with you how you can get healthy and help to change the lives of others and get paid every single week here at this phenomenal company. You see, right now we're living in times in which, you know what, the cost of living is high. A dozen of eggs cost you $10 easy. Gas is $4 or $5 a gallon, at least out here in Las Vegas. It goes higher out in California, right? Even higher. But we also have to realize that people are losing jobs, right? And so when you look at the situation of the world, the only way to get ahead of this thing is to create more income, right? Multiple streams of income is where it's at in this season. And so this is a way that you can get started for a little bit of money, grab a hold of an opportunity, get healthy, and be able to help to change the lives of others. You see, in February, U.S. employers announced 172,000 layoffs, a 245% increase over January, not year to year, but just from January to February, there was a 245% increase in layoffs in the United States. So what does that mean? We got to change. We got to shift, right? And so at the end of the day, now, the wellness industry is booming. Why is that? It's because people are paying attention to their health. People want to live longer. People don't want to be unhealthy. They're seeing what's happening as we've been through so many different things. We've been through, people getting these diseases as the world shut down. And at the end of the day, a lot of people's lives were lost. And so people are thinking differently nowadays and want to live life full and feel good while they're here on this earth, right? So when you grab a hold of an opportunity that literally will pay you every single week, all right, we pay every single week. It's a compensation plan that pays out 8 different ways. Retail is one of the very strong ways that we're going to get paid here, because when someone now goes to your own personal website, they click and order, guess what? You're going to earn 30% off of the retail price. Powerful, real simple, short, sweet, to the point. We don't pay when you're not just earning off of volume, you're earning off of the retail price. But we get paid twice off of retail orders. So you're going to get paid off of the retail and the volume. All right. So powerful. Another way is as you now begin to introduce people and you get the new customers, you get a new volume bonus. That's up to another 30%. Powerful, powerful way. The third way is what we call our team commission. So if you choose to build a team, you can. If you don't, you can focus just on retail. But if you choose to build a team, you don't have to build to a certain level or rank in order to get a higher percentage. You're going to flat out get 15% off of your lesser team every single Friday. Okay. Then we have matching bonuses. Powerful, because as your team begins to grow, you'll earn up to another 30% off of the team. But then there's rewards, there's free trips, there's free products, there's a $10,000 savings bonus that will calculate just from you just sharing the product. You don't have to do anything extra. And one day it's going to be payday. So an incredible compensation plan that everybody can tap into. All you have to do is make a decision that you want to be a part of it, and then get in where you fit in and grab a hold of one of our product packages, right? And I can tell you that, let me see, I couldn't slide low tonight, being cooperative. But this one of the packages that I'm going to show you, just featuring the Advantage, just so you can see the difference in how you can really begin to benefit. We have this is just strictly Advantage. We have some Advantage and Noni packs. We have all different kinds of packs, so you can customize whatever products you want. But this one right here is 8 for $288. You're going to use one, become a product of the product, sell the rest. You're going to earn $455 when it's at $65 each. So you're already in profit mode, right? We have a 20 pack that's roughly around $700. So every single one of them, you are now going to be able to make this retail money, because product on hand creates that cash on demand. Or again, they can go to your website. So that's just one of the packages that I wanted to share with you all on tonight on how you can get started. But when you get back with the person who invited you, they can show you the different ways, or again, you can customize a pack. Once you do that, you choose your product pack. The next thing is you're going to set up a subscription. What do you want coming into your household every single month so that you can become a product of the product? Pop, right? That is the key. And now you're able to set that up so that you remain commission qualified, so that your checks are coming in every single month, every single week. All right. And so now, with that being said, you're wondering, can you do it? I believe you can, right? Because we have a simple system that really works. We have a simple system that all you have to do is plug into the system of growth that literally is going to take the heavy lifting out of everything. It is simple. It's step by step. If you can copy and paste, guess what? You can begin to get started and make your money back ASAP. So what you want to do at this time is you want to get back with the person who invited you on here tonight. Say yes to you. And as you do that, I look forward to seeing every single one of you, not from the top, but at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. We're going all the way up to the top with this one. And as I close this out on tonight, I just want to say, join us back Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, healthydrivenlife.com. You can go ahead and register. All right, where we are literally, we launched our Move It to Lose It challenge on last Thursday, talking about some hard-hitting topics. This week, we're going to go in harder on just one single topic, and it is going to be a game changer when it comes time to your health and losing the weight in order to have long-term success. All right, so good night, everybody. I look forward to seeing all of you next time, and go out and make it another amazing week by taking control of your health. All right, good night, everybody.
I feel so alone. I feel so alone. In my soul, in my soul, in my soul, in my soul. I feel so alone. All I want is certain.